Hi, hello, what's up, welcome or welcome back. My name is Ari and this video is here to document all of the pulls I make for April's theme. So if you're very confused about what's happening right now, the theme that I have for April is April Fools. So all of the little slips of paper in here are books that I don't want to read that are on this TBR shelf. And there's various reasons why I don't want to read them. Maybe it's something that came into a book box and the trope just sounds like really boring to me, or maybe it's something that I purchased and then I decided I hated the author and now I have a backlog of books. So, at least 4 times this month I wanted to draw a book out of here in order to, like, pick a book, but as you can see right here, I have a very long TBR without drawing any of those books, so fitting in extra books is gonna be kinda hard. But I think I have a solution for that. These slips of paper right here are all of these books. And I don't know if this is going to pick up on camera, but they have like a little, stop focusing on my face, they have a little like red on the end. That is so I could find these after the end of the month and pull them out of the jar. Because this is a normal jar of books I hate on, like, that I'd use on a normal regular basis, but I don't think that the red ends stand out very much, so and I'm not gonna like stare into the jar and look for specific things when I draw them, so if you noticed it, that's why they're there, whatever. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these in here. I dropped a couple. Put all of those in here, and then I'm going to start shaking this up while I talk. And what I'm going to do is I am going to continue drawing, right? And if I draw one of these books, then I will read it, perfect. And then the next book I draw is going to be out of here. If I draw a book that is not one of these books, then I am going to purposefully choose one of these books as the next book I read. So that way I get hopefully far more than 4 draws out of here, but you never know. And then we'll just go through the month like that and see how well things work out. It's either gonna work really well or it's gonna work really, really bad. I guess we'll find out. So, how is this looking as far as like mix up? I mean, it doesn't really look like the red ones are on top. So, one last shake, and I don't know if I said it or not, today's April 1st, happy April Fool's Day, so I figure I need to start out this month by picking something out of here. So, let's do it this way instead of showing my name. We're gonna do this one. No, I don't want that one. I want this one feels crunchy. This one feels crunchy. Let's see what we've got. So it is not a red one, so I know it's something that I didn't plan on reading. And this is I don't know if you can see this. Come on, focus. Weave the Lightning, which is a book box book. Let me grab that. This is a book box book called Weave the Lightning by Corey Lee. This is a lot thicker than I was really hoping to read, but it is April 1st, so we need to read a 600-page book to add to my TBR for absolutely no fucking reason at all. So this is like a Russian, okay, it says a Russian accented night circus. I don't really know what this is about, but we'll just read it. It has something to do with a circus and Russia. Is it any good? I have no idea, but you'll find out on my mid-month wrap-up. Hello, it is April 5th today, and I want to do a couple of updates before we do the next draw, which is the reason I'm recording this video. First, I have finished 3 books. I will tell you I spent the weekend playing the newest Diablo 3 season instead of reading. Well, I was listening to an audiobook at the same time, so multitasking. Anyway, I only got 1 book done this weekend is the point that I'm trying to make here. The first book I read I didn't even actually read in April. I read it at the end of March, but I couldn't put it in the wrap up because it was part of a book box that needs to go out this Saturday my time, but it will already have been up by the time you see this video. And that was a book called Blackfish City. I have it in the other room, so the cover's here. I finished that at the very end of last month. And then I read a book that has absolutely nothing to do with my TBR this month, which is super not freaking helpful. And that was Women Don't Owe You Pretty, which I read. It took me about 3 hours to read. It was a very short book, but my NetGalley rating was about to drop below 80%, so I was like, what's the shortest book on here so I could request more books without reading them and still keep my 80% on NetGalley. Then I read the last book that I pulled out of the jar, and that was Weave the Lightning, which is also in the other room. I am obviously not prepared to record right now, and that was really good, so I'm shocked, but it was really good. But that was like 500 pages of reading, and then after that I need to start Shannara, because there's 4 Shannara books and 5 Drizzt books this month. But my month is going to be overtaken by Drizzt and Shannara. So I did listen to the audiobook of First King of Shannara while I was playing Diablo this weekend, got through this, and we're ready to draw again. There are 2 books that are on my TBR that I have to get through this week, like regardless. So I'm going to talk about those 2 before I draw, and it may end up that I read at least one of those before I read whatever I draw out of here, but you guys kind of get the idea. So Sword of Shannara is one of those books. It's very, very thick. How many pages is this? Sword of Shannara is 726 pages, and it is one of 9 books that I need to read this month. The Drizzt books are a lot shorter than the Shannara books, but I have to get through this. So this is top priority. I need to read it this week. The other book is this book called Machine Hood, and this is the other book in the book box that the video needs to go up Saturday, so I need to read this like first so I can so I could finish that video and get that video up Saturday. So, and like I said, this is the video this video went up last Saturday for you guys. It's just next Saturday for me at the time of recording. So that is the Strand book box. If you're interested in what this is about, there will be a lot more in there. So with that caught up, let's draw and hope to God that I draw either Shannara or Machine Hood out of here. So, and of course I'm just gonna throw things on the floor to start with. Shake them all up good. I think this one feels good right here. Oh, it's a red one. That means it's something on my TBR that I need to read. Let's see what we've got. And we have, thank God, it is Shannara. So, perfect. Exactly what we wanted to see. This one, because there are more Shannara books, goes right back in the jar. And then I can potentially pull it again later this month to read the other 2 Shannara books. And once I finish all of the Shannara books, that will come out. So right now my reading order is I am going to read this first, and then I will read this, and once I finish with this, I will come back in the next clip, which will be a couple of seconds for you, but probably a couple of days for me, and pull another thing out of that jar. Alright, so it's been about a week since the last clip that you saw, so forgive me if I repeat anything, but shit happened. So, the last thing that you saw me draw was Shannara. And because I had just read the First King of Shannara, I decided that I wanted to read one more book in between the two Shannara books. And it's been a week, so that didn't go well. So what had happened was I decided to pick up Machine Hood, which was part of the Strand book box unboxing, and so I needed to read this so I could finish recording that video. That video went up already. It's linked down in the comments below if it's not linked in the eye. But I DNF'd this. So, okay, let's grab a different book. So after that, I grabbed The Lonely Hearts Hotel. This book was one of the books on my Dungeon of Books TBR, so I needed to get through that. So I was like, okay, read this one. I DNF'd this book. Alright, try number 3. I picked up The Girl You Left Behind by Jojo Moyes. And I did finish this book. I hated it, but I did finish it. So I got through that. And then I picked up The Sword of Shannara, which is thick, so I was thinking 2, maybe 3 days on the outside. No, this took me 4 days to read because I hated it. This is budget Lord of the Rings, and I hate Lord of the Rings. So it was like Lord of the Rings that I already hate, but worse. So I had to like bribe myself to read this. It doesn't make any sense. Trust me, my brain works in weird ways, but it would be like I would read a chapter of this and then do something else, and then read a chapter of this and then do something else, and then read a chapter of this and then do something else. And the something else that I was doing probably 3/4 of the time, because sometimes I'd like play games on my phone, but I was reading other books in between this. So I also ended up finishing The Midnight Library. So yeah, that was a lot. So I did get a decent amount of reading done. That was 5 books that I got through since I've last recorded. Kind of. So these 2 books right here that you can see the spines of, plus Sorrowland, are the only 3 books that I have on my Dungeons of Books TBR, and it's not even halfway through the month yet, so yay on that. The book that you can't see the spine of is a book that came in a book box, so I'm not showing it to you so I don't ruin the surprise of the book box. And then I have 2 more Shannara and then the Drizzt books. So I'm doing fairly good. We can do a draw. So I am going to say that I'm going to draw something else, and then I'm probably going to read this book box book just to get that video recorded and ready to go. And I don't think you're going to see anything else in this video because right now it's Sunday and this is going up on Tuesday, which means I need to edit this, so this is probably the last thing you're going to see, unless for some reason like the book that I draw out of here is like super short, but I don't actually think I have any like really super short books in this jar because I don't mind reading super short books, even if I think they're going to be bad. It's the longer ones that I struggle with. Okay, so we still have some red things in here. I have pulled all of the books that I have already read out of here, I think. So I don't think we'll have to deal with that. But the likelihood of me drawing a red one is very small. So let's see. Shaky, shaky. And this one looks promising. This is not a red. So this is something on my actual shelf, and it is The Obsidian Tower, which is a really long fucking book. So this is The Obsidian Tower by Melissa Caruso. This is 500 pages. It's 483 pages, but it's basically 500 pages. I think the jar hates me. I don't remember what this is about. Is this the one that has like really awful ratings? Let me see. I gotta look this up on Goodreads. No, this is a 3.91 rating out of nearly 1,300 ratings. So this one isn't. I have one book on here and I don't remember what it is, but it's got like dismal ratings. This doesn't seem to be it. So hopefully I like this. I don't know much about it. Hopefully it's good, since the last thing that I want right now is to read another awful 500-page plus fantasy. Can you see me dying inside right now? Because I'm dying inside right now. But yes, that is all for this particular vlog. Since this book is so long, I'll probably end up reading a couple of these books. I'll probably end up grabbing this one and then the next Shannara book and catch up with you guys, and then start this particular vlog over again for the end of the month once I finish those. If I can get through these quickly enough, then I can do just like a mass quick draw at the end of the month. But if I start dragging through these books like I did with The Sword of Shannara, there might only be like 2 more draws this month. I guess you'll find out in the next video. Make sure you subscribe if you would like to see me suffer some more, and I'll see you later.